Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Now earlier we highlighted professional recording artist Beyonce, and whether you're a part of the Beehive, like I said, or not, it's pretty hard, again, to just doubt that she has the raw talent. I mean, the way that she struts across the stage and gets super involved in all the choreography, paying attention to the fans, and of course, singing at the same time, it's crazy to think about. It's really amazing to watch the artist do her thing on stage, so we thought it'd be fun to take a music moment of appreciation by dissecting a few things about the singer that you maybe didn't know. According to BestLifeOnline.com, Beyonce won a school singing competition after performing her rendition of Imagine by the Beatles. Pretty cool. And apparently the next year is when she met the talented Kelly Rowland and Latavia Robertson at an audition. Of course, her future was just starting out with Destiny's Child, but she was originally matched with 3 other girls as part of what the site says was an all-girls group called Girls Time. I didn't even know that. The site also says what you may already know and be proud of, that her dad was born in Houston, Texas, baby, and her mom in Galveston. It's pretty cool to know that her roots match our own here in Texas, and I love it. And while life has undoubtedly been great for this superstar's career, she's not shy to talk about her internal struggles with depression. The site says that she used to stay in her room just kind of thinking negative thoughts, just wondering why she was lonely and asking questions like, who am I, or who are my friends? Today, she's big on self-love and focuses all of her attention on her family, taking very good care of her mental health, as well as encouraging all of us to do the same. Many say she has a great personality too, so it's nice to see her smiling and shining bright, just sharing her talent with the world. And if you wanted to get a glimpse into her personal life even more, well, the site says that her favorite movie is A Star is Born, starring Lady Gaga and none other than Bradley Cooper. Who would have thought, right? So cool. And lastly, the site says that Beyonce really cares about others around her. Like I said earlier, always volunteering to lend a hand just to causes that mean a lot to her. It says that she even has a foundation called Be Good that has raised funds for those in need, whether it be for natural disaster situations or other endeavors that she's embarked on to help in the field of education. So now you know. And now switching gears from musical entertainment to video game and toy entertainment. What's up in the world of the latest gadgets and gizmos anyway? Let's go ahead and find out.
If you just started collecting, there's a bunch of different lines that you could jump into. You could find something more like your childhood. I know a lot of stuff popular right now is stuff from the 80s that's making like a resurgence. I don't know if people know this, but at stores you can see He-Man, Ghostbusters, Transformers are still very popular right now. Mainly because the adults who grew up with them, now they have kids. So they want to get their kids into those figures. So it's a good thing, like for parents, you could, you want to remix of like your old toys. There's a lot of reissues happening right now too, where like you can get your old toys that you had way back then, but they just update them with like newer packaging, maybe better movements. If you guys have like old retro toys, you could always bring it to us and we could appraise them for you. We could tell you more or less how much it's worth, depending on the condition, and if you want to like keep it like in good condition, we could recommend different like casing. We could recommend different like packaging to keep it in, to keep it reserved, and all that good stuff. When it comes to our video game stuff, we mainly carry vintage gaming. Of course, we have some of the current stuff, but not much because we like to keep it like old school. We like to have like stuff from the NES, SNES, PlayStation 1, GameCube, anything that's like a little bit more vintage. We like to have a good selection because we know locally you can't really find that stuff anymore. A lot of times you can try to have to find it online, and sometimes online you don't know what you're gonna get. So we always have all our vintage stuff like nicely displayed, and of course if anyone wants to try it out before you buy it, we can always test it out for you and you can see for yourself. Also, something that's been happening recently is a lot of toys and action figures have been targeted more to adults than kids nowadays. You know, more detail, more articulation. When kids are okay with just like the simple stuff, but a lot of collectibles are just, you know, targeted to the adults because kids nowadays, they're growing up with the internet, they're growing up with like iPads and stuff like that. So they're happy with their tablets. Not a lot of them prefer like toys. Of course, there is some that do, but we're noticing that a lot of toys nowadays or collectibles are being targeted to adults. So like, it won't be uncommon if you go to a toy store and you see a bunch of adults in there instead of kids. Something that's a new trend right now that we've noticed is a lot of horror like aspects, like Freddy Krueger, Jason, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween. All these like iconic like slasher films are getting represented in toys nowadays. Back in the day, you know, they never wanted to make toys because only kids would buy the toys, so they'd do like cartoons and stuff, never the horror stuff. So a lot of like the current trend right now is all horror stuff. And surprisingly, like kids like today actually love that stuff. They think it's like quirky and funny. To us, it was scary, but to them, it's like, oh, it's whatever. But yeah, that's a big trend that's happening right now.
So the Heroic app is now available for download in the App Store. And the purpose of this app is to help you show up as the best version of yourself, the most energized, most connected, and most productive. You start off with your big three. You identify who you are in your work, your energy, and your love. You connect what virtues coincide with those identities. And then we go straight to action. What are the actionable items that you can do on a daily basis that is going to help you move from where you are today to who you want to become? Absolutely. I think connecting with people is the most important part, right? We spend so much time behind a keyboard or behind a cell phone that we don't connect with people. And the great thing about the app is that it encourages you to do things with other people in real life to move yourself from theory to practice to mastery. Yeah, our mission at Heroic is to help change the world. We want to help 51% of the world flourish by 2051. And the cool thing is when you're in the app, you can see around the world how many people are hitting the exact same targets that you're hitting. And so for me, one of my targets is to hydrate. So I can see around the world how many other people are really focusing on hydration. Absolutely. And I think what people don't realize is it's all about the little things, right? It's the little things that we can do day in and day out that are going to help you grow as a person and become the most heroic version of yourself. It doesn't have to be, you know, monumental on a daily basis. It's, can you make your bed every day? Can you hydrate? Can you get to bed on time? All those little things. Can you connect with your family once a day? Amazing. All those little things add up and help us flourish. Absolutely. To download the app, you can go to heroic.us to register, or you can go directly to your app store. We look forward to you using Heroic and becoming the most energized, connected, and productive version of yourself.
All right, that's all we've got for now. Thanks again so much for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again next time on Valley Por Vida. We'll see you then.